What is going on, guys and girls? Kid and K here, back at your service once again, and today we're going to be talking about whether or not you should purchase Titanfall 2. So with that said, let's get right into this video. So just like Battlefield 1, my previous video I did on that, we talked about whether or not you should buy Battlefield 1 with the 5 categories, and the same thing applies to this video on Titanfall 2. So being a fan of Titanfall, people weren't much of a fan for Titanfall because it followed the map fairly quickly. I mean, it was the people who made Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Infinity Ward broke up the group break up, yada yada yada, and the people who left Infinity Ward actually created the team named Respawn. So they created Titanfall, which you expect a lot from them. Their name carried a lot because they made the Call of Duty series. I think that is one of the reasons why Titanfall fell off the map, because people would go towards it like it was a Call of Duty game of some sort, which in some areas it is. But being a fan is not really there at the moment because the first installment wasn't there. Some people are fans, but most people are not. So Titanfall 2, we'll have to see. So on that note, we're moving on to the next one, which is skill. Skill doesn't really play a factor in Titanfall because when I played the beta, it felt more like Call of Duty than anything. So, and you guys know Call of Duty is a very easy game. You just have to watch out for campers and stuff like that. Skills doesn't really play a major part in Titanfall 2. But getting on those skill streaks and getting your Titan in at a rapid pace absolutely helps you to bring back your team if you're down at a major deficit. But some of the stuff I didn't like about the beta was the amp weapons and stuff like that, which was quite overpowered in the tech test. But hopefully they fix that in launch. But skill, if you like Call of Duty, then you will like the playstyle of Titanfall 2. But the map side, apparently every EA published game has a huge map side. If you look at Battlefield, if you look at Star Wars Battlefront, first person shooters, I should say, first person shooter games have a huge map side. The maps in Titanfall 2 are pretty huge. I mean, you need space to move around with your Titans and stuff like that. But for the game modes like the pilot versus pilot and stuff like that, you need a smaller map in order to engage with the different players around the map. They still do have bots around the map, but I don't really think they should, because since they expanded to other users like PlayStation 4 and PC, they shouldn't really have bots in this game at this point. If you want to have bots, you should have bots in private matches, not in multiplayer. But that's just my take on it. But in the terms of the multiplayer, you have a very similar mechanic system to Infinite Warfare or Black Ops 3. For Titanfall, you have the double jump, you have the wall running, and you have grappling and stuff like that. But it has its own mechanic to it. It feels different. It feels unique. It feels like its own. It's not like Call of Duty. It is just a totally different feeling when it comes to the movement system for Titanfall, which is actually pretty good for that series. In terms of the mechs and the Titans, they feel pretty good. They don't feel OP. I actually had fun taking out Titans than ever before in a Titanfall game. The Titans were pretty easy to take out if you had your weapon equipped, the Titan specific weapon equipped on you. But it was pretty easy to take out. The guns feel nice. The guns feel like Call of Duty. I said the people who made Call of Duty represented this game in a very similar manner for Titanfall 2. And when I played the tech test, it was absolutely great. But the problem is, it felt too much like Call of Duty than anything else, if you get what I mean. But in terms of friends, no, this is the most important part. I'm not too sure if friends if you're gonna have much friends playing this game, because this game is coming out where there's a lot of heavy competition coming out later this year. You have Battlefield 1, you have Infinite Warfare, which is maybe a flop, who knows, but coming alongside with that Infinite Warfare, you have Modern Warfare Remastered. So having those two battleground games for a first person shooter genre and Titanfall 2, it seems like the red-headed stepchild for the first person shooter for this year. I don't think they should have releasing it in the same month of Battlefield. It just doesn't seem right, because since the last one was such a flop, they might have a hard time struggling to get sales, but you might not see much people on Titanfall 2. So friends definitely play a big factor in any game you play. If you have friends, if you play with friends on any game, they make the experience much more fun. But Titanfall 2 on a whole, it is very good game, but I'm kind of skeptical on the story side of it, because since the last one didn't have a story, I'm not too keen on what this one would bring. But for Titanfall 2, I don't think I'm getting it right away. I might rent it, but to say pre-order or rent, getting it day one, not on my list, unfortunately, for Titanfall 2. I mean, the beta was fun, but I just feel that Titanfall 2 needs a bit of more oomph to get me really into playing this game and having fun with it. A lot of people may struggle with the movement system, which brings us to skill. The movement system can be a little tricky at times, and you gotta take a while to get used to. But unlike Battlefield, where you have to adjust to the guns and the recoils and stuff like that, when you pick up the controller for Titanfall, it feels very reminiscent to a Call of Duty game. So tell me what you guys think about this in the comments below. If you're a big fan of Titanfall, then great. I know a lot of Xbox users came over from the 360 to the PS4, so you should actually have a great time when playing Titanfall 2, since there is an actual campaign mode. But who knows what Titanfall 2 will bring. But tell me, what are your guys' thoughts about this in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys in another video.